Okay everyone, we just picked up the car. I am $500 poor with about $120 in parts, but the car is done. It's covered in like a nice film of oil and soot and gross stuff. So what we have here is a brand new top casing, brand new oil cap, gasket around the edge here, all kinds of little miscellaneous parts. Basically this whole thing here is all brand new. Still some oil kind of residue everywhere, but it's all new. Everything looks a little bit tighter. He said these were pretty tight. These were basically hand tightened, so all that sort of tighter. I did buy one extra gasket, so that's 18 bucks. I'm gonna return that back to the VW parts website I bought it from. Over here, obviously you can't see it, but I had them install the APR Turbo Muffler Delete into the engine here, but not much else is really. This guy's always coming out. Oh, and then finally, while we're sitting here, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but we're gonna throw her underneath, and we have the SuperPro rear sway bar. Not even sure if that is visible, with the HD rear end links. So instead of using the stock links for the rear sway bar, we are now using the SuperPro ones, which I was told is a very good idea, just for longevity overall. So let's get in, go for a little drive, and talk about basically what happened with this situation, and I'll see you guys in the car. All right, hello everyone. I don't know how this angle is going to work out. I'm not some professional, but I thought it'd be a good time for me to talk to you guys about what's going on with the car, what's happened, some upcoming events, that kind of thing. So let's first start off with the video. I don't know, you know, it's difficult sometimes, because sometimes you let emotion, or you basically are honest with yourself in a video, and you're reacting in the moment. And what happens is people see that and go, okay, well, you seem pretty upset, but dude, you got bling all over your engine, and your car is stage 2, and you're all upset about, you know, you did an oil change and broke the little pins on your oil casing, and you're absolutely right. In the heat of the moment, though, it's pretty upsetting, you know, because it's you know, it's broken. You've got a car that you can't use. So I guess I won't take back some of the things I said and how disappointed I was. However, at the same time, I kind of set myself up for it, you know. So I appreciate everyone who watched the video being as supportive as they could be, given how much of a whiny guy I was being. Man, that feels good. So let us talk about what happened. So I did my oil change last Sunday or last Saturday. I went to screw back on my oil cap and screwed it on incorrectly, and I broke 2 of the 4 plastic tabs that are in the plastic casing that where you pour your oil in when you're changing the oil. Really, really dumb. So what does that mean? Well, I went online, talked to some people, and got all the parts that I needed. I overbought one part. Turned out that the oil casing comes with a replacement gasket and screws. I ended up buying those individually. I didn't need them, so it's at $20 for the parts of the $118 I spent that I could send back to Burlington VW if they'll take them. They're still in the plastic wrapping eye of the invoice. We'll see. If not, anyone want a top oil casing gasket for a 2.0 TSI engine? Yeah, so bought the parts I needed. In the meantime, I thought this could be an easy job. It really could be, but it could not be. And from where I live, it's about 25 miles to my girlfriend Heather's dad's house. He has the lift and all the tools and, you know, the plasma equipment and all this crazy stuff for his cars. Or it was about 25, 30 miles south to Heartland to Redline Motorsport. And Mike is awesome. So I had to make a choice. Do I take it up to her dad's house and hope the parts and ones that I needed online are the ones I actually needed, and then I don't get over my head? Or two, I take it to Mike and let him look at it first, and then take it to her dad's. Well, I decided, taking him to Mike, having him review it, and then to her dad's is way better than taking it to her dad's and trying it myself and realizing I'm stuck. But I didn't anticipate one wrench in this whole situation here, which is on the drive. Sorry for the shake there. On the drive to her to Heartland to Redline Motorsport. I lost the engine oil casing, cap. Basically, it came off, never to be recovered on the way down. So, and I'll post. Let's cut right here. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but I have a blowing pillow of smoke behind me. Just thought I'd share how awesome this is, that my car is in really great working condition right now. Definitely should be driving on the interstate. Definitely. And what happened was, I was just pulling in air, O2, straight into the oil casing, and messing up the air to oil fuel mixture. It showed up just burning oil. So my car, the whole rear of the car, the back 30% of the car and the hatch is covered in a little oily, greasy grime, which is nasty. And then of course there's a lot of oil in the engine bay. Now Mike and the guys, Dirty Mike and the boys, they will be henceforth known as, cleared the engine bay pretty darn well. I ordered some chemical guys degreasing stuff, which I will show here. And I'm going to use that on my car when I get home. And we're going to go through the foam cannon. We're going to go through the degreasing, clean slate, everything beyond, basically use everything that does not rip off the OptiCoat Optimum finish, of course. That'll be done tonight. So I think the car will be back in good shape after that's done. So so what happened was, to go into the story, I arrived at Redline Motorsport, no oil cap. Oil wasn't everywhere, but it was everywhere, and ended up leaving it with Mike. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I just can't. There's no way I can take this to Heather's dad's house. That's gonna be 45 miles away. I'm just gonna leave it with you. So he replaced everything that I bought, from Burlington VW, VWPartsVortex.com. And he also drained the oil completely and refilled it with the 5W40 Motul 502 spec oil that I use. He also replaced the plastic drain plug that's currently plugged into my aftermarket steel oil pan with a magnetic steel drain plug that will catch metal and things like that, metal shavings and such. But it's permanent. I don't have to replace it every time I do the oil change, but also I can take it out and scrape any dirt, grime, gunk that's on it. What else did you do? Also, the $118 for the parts also included a replacement oil filter. Even though the oil filter I had on here was only 2 days old, whatever, had to be done. So, no check engine lights, oil temps are normal, coolant temps normal, everything's functioning just fine. What else did we do to the car? Well, my $500 that I spent, included the labor and the oil that he replaced it with. And he also threw in an APR Turbo Muffler Delete. It's one of those mods that people kind of relate to snake oil, because it's both, APR will say, oh, well, throttle response improvements, or minor gains, or airflow improvements. From what I've heard and what I've seen in YouTube videos, it really just seems like it lets you hear the turbo more. Not really doing anything else. Okay, that's fine with me. I got a really good deal on it. It was used. I bought it from a guy that had put on his car, saw no improvements, and thought, well, I'll just sell it. So I bought that from him. I also had Mike throw on the SuperPro rear sway bar and the HD links that go in the rear, and already the car just drives so much differently. And I can't wait to carve up some back roads. But I mean, round corners, it just feels like it's connected to the ground so much better in the rear. And so I'm looking forward to that. And he didn't have to drop the subframe, so we do not need alignment. I think my overall plan is to aggressively save and get the front control arms and front sway bar with links from SuperPro, and then take it to an alignment shop that does race alignments, and really have them just put this car into you know, special alignment mode. You know, not go to some regular place. I am noticing though in this first drive that when I do go over bumps, the car is definitely, I'm in comfort mode right now, the car is not as comfortable with the rear sway bar on, which is what I was expecting, because basically what it's doing, in case you don't know, which I assume you guys do, what it's doing is, you're right, so in its stock form, the Golf R has 4 independent suspension, you know, four wheels independently suspended and controlled, and you know they're able to move on their own depending on what the road provides or, you know, gives them to go over. It's a McPherson style suspension, independently controlled with dampers, with, you know, electronically controlled dampening. Sorry, that was a mouthful. I am driving, so I'm not as focused as I usually am. So what the sway bar is doing, the upgraded sway bar, is it's basically connecting my 2 rear wheels together as one piece. So when I go over, let's say, a diagonal railroad track, for example, where the right rear tire is going over the railroad track first, and the left rear tire is going over it half a second later. Instead of the right wheel in the rear going up first and the left wheel in the rear going up second, independently, with the rear sway bar, as the right one raises up, the left one's also going to raise up, kind of like this. So it won't be like off the ground, but it'll do this and sort of bring the other one up a little bit, like an inch or so with it. Which means in cornering on flat tarmac, on racetracks, at high speeds, you're really going to enjoy the fact that they're so closely linked together. But when you're going over a road that's uneven, ruts, potholes, anything that we're going to have here in New England, frost heaves, you're going to feel a lot more back there. So it was a decision that I thought, I'll throw it on, we'll see how it goes. If I don't like it, I'll go back to the stock setup. You know, maybe lose half of what I spent, but you know, I'll kind of learn if I want to go that route or not. So I'm going to be really adamantly, aggressively testing it over the next week to make sure I'm happy with the setup. And that's it. So rear sway bar, APR Turbo Muffler Delete, oil change, oil filter change, and all the plastic casing up front that you guys saw at the beginning of the video. $500 off the door, plus the $118 or $100 in parts for the oil casing. I think the rear sway bar was $250. The links were an extra $130. And the Turbo Muffler Delete I paid like $75, $80 for. So overall, it's not it was an expensive week, but I probably wouldn't have done any of this stuff had I not broken the oil filter myself, the oil casing. So now we are going to Home Depot to buy a leaf blower because I need to detail my car, and I want to basically make it all. This is ridiculous, guys. Sorry. I want to be able to dry the car off a bit easier, and then we're going to go home and detail the car. So right now it's 4:45, so we have time to detail the car before the sun goes down. Hopefully get all this oil crap off the car. This thing looks terrible, and it's not like dirty from like a week of being rained on. It just looks bad. So let's grab the leaf blower. And thanks for watching. I'll post one more clip after this of the car finished up, done, looking great. I always appreciate you guys watching these videos. You know, one thing I'll add before we close out here, I passed 700 subscribers on YouTube this week. 710 now, I think. And, you know, I'm not making a lot of money. I'm making like $40 or $50 a month, I think. It fluctuates, obviously, on these videos. And it's not, paying for my habit by any means. But you know, every couple of months I get a $100 check from Google, direct deposited. That's pretty cool. It like pays for some of my gas money just to be able to put videos up. And I spend about 3 hours a week editing these videos for you guys, putting them up. And I hope that, you know, I really hope that it's helping people with, you know, decisions on mods, how-tos, or even just learning from my mistakes. I mean, my mistake might cost me $500, but it might save you some money to know that, hey, I probably shouldn't do this or that, or whatever stupid thing Adam did this week. So I'm in West Lebanon, New Hampshire, getting a leaf blower, and I just appreciate it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, liking, all that stuff, commenting. And you guys have a great day. Oh, and next video, we'll be detailing the next. Yeah, Porter's not too happy with me. He's been out here tied up for a little bit, watching me wash my car. So the car wash is done. I didn't do any detailing. There's still some scuffs and areas where I didn't do very well. I did buy a I did buy a leaf blower to dry it off a bit faster, which was kind of nice. So I did opting no rinse and glass. But most importantly was the basically getting all this grease off. I should have done it before video, honestly. It was really bad, but I didn't do the wheels, didn't do any of the exhaust. Didn't really do anything too extreme here. It was just a rinse, a dry, and a glass. Just because it's Tuesday night and Friday I'm going to the drag races with some other golf Rs, and this thing's going to be just covered in smut or smog and soot and other stuff. So I'll detail it Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, ride home was good. I can't really hear the turbo muffler delete very well. It's there, but it's not very loud. He looks so upset with me. He's about to go inside. Rear sway bar, you could definitely feel it, both in comfort and in race mode. It was very noticeable. But the car's clean enough now. All the grease is off, and that's really all that matters. So, thanks for watching. Hello. Thanks for watching. This is an interesting week. I was without the car all week, but I did ride the bike every day, which was kind of nice. So Porter, say goodbye. Say goodbye to the camera, Porter. He doesn't know what to think about this. I should get him inside so he can eat dinner. Well, guys, have a good evening, and goodbye.